Tanghalang Ateneo will open its 36th season with a coming-of-age play about the ordeals of two Filipino teenagers studying in a Catholic school in America. And to tell us more about this play called Middle Finger, we have with us here in the studio Tanghalang Ateneo's Artistic Director Glenn Sevilla Mas and actors Joenel, Garcia and Brian Ramos. Good morning and welcome to Daybreak.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Very interesting display, Middle Finger. First, tell us what is this, right? Well, before I ask you why name the play Middle Finger, let's find out what is the play about.
So as stated, Middle Finger is set in America in the 90s, and it revolves around these group of teenagers who try to find their place in society and who try to fit in, because in a way they are kind of oppressed by the adults. So I guess they find guidance within their group. So yeah.
This was based in the 90s?
90s, yes.
Yeah, what were those issues back then that made the teenagers feel oppressed by the adults?
Well, in our production, the students kasi, sila, immigrants sila in the America. So factor yun dun sa production, parang Filipino students sila, but they're in America. So they're dealing with the migration issues.
Adapting.
So parang they're adapting with the culture, they're adapting with the people.
Very timely because of the issue right now in the U.S. with all the immigrants that grew up there that are facing deportation, especially the children. No? But so, why name the play Middle Finger?
We adapted it. I guess we need to ask Han Ong, the playwright of the play. But in many ways, the play takes a point of view of young people. So in many ways, because of how the adults treat the young people in the play, it's like the young people's answer to how they are treated by the adults. In the long run, they need, of course, to come to a compromise. And
I don't want to spoil the story of the play for those who want to watch, but how were they treated by the adults? That kind of made them want to do the middle finger.
Well, for my role,
I'm curious.
For my role, because I'm playing Benjamin Lunga, the best friend of Jacob. For me, I was accused of plagiarism in the school. Pero in reality, hindi talaga. Pero they're trying to push me to admit the crime that I did not commit. So there, one of the issues.
That's one of them. What about you?
For me, I really don't have an issue. I play Yakin, and he's the nerd of the group, and what
teacher's pet.
Yeah, I'm basically the teacher's pet, so I don't really do anything bad to get at the teacher's bad side.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Now, this is also an adaptation of the German play Spring Awakening, and it's a very popular play. I've seen it myself on Broadway. And for those who are familiar with it, how is this play Middle Finger different or similar to Spring Awakening?
I guess the original is German, right?
Right.
It was turned into a musical. So here, it's still about 5 young people trying to find their place in the world, and one of the main issues in the musical is sexual awakening. In this play, it's only one of the many things that the young people undergo. But yes, they will. 2 characters, I think, will undergo it. His character, who will fall in love at the end of the play, etc. But other than that, it deals with like suicide, teenage suicide, and several other things that young people go through.
Now, in your opinion, how does it reflect Tanghalang Ateneo's theme this season? Because your theme this season is navigating identities. First of all, why is that the theme chosen for this year?
Yes, so last summer, the officers of the company and myself as artistic director, we had a really long discussion about this season's theme. And I talked to the officers, and we talked about art is always the artist's response to what's going on in the world, etc., etc. So we talked about the concerns of young people, and then we came up with the idea of that through life, as we go through life, we try to define who we are and why we are the way we are. So we came up with identity, like defining yourself, etc. And then because it's a college-based organization, young people, before they really become adults, we came up with the word navigating, also that you navigate your way through life. And then to help us articulate the theme, we chose 3 plays to do it. So the first one is Han Ong's Middle Finger. The second play is a play that I wrote myself several years ago. It's called Rite of Passage. And then it will go on stage in December this year. And then the last play is Waiting for Godot, written by Samuel Beckett. So these plays will hopefully articulate what navigating identities means for the company.
Okay, and of course, please tell the audience where and when they can watch the show.
Okay, so Middle Finger will run on August 1 to 22, Tuesday to Saturdays. So we on Tuesdays to Saturdays we have 7 p.m. show, and on matinee Saturday we have 2 p.m.
Yeah, and for more information, you can like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter.
Okay. Lastly, I'm sure there's going to be like a great acting and a great script and a great storyline. So what else can people learn from the play, from what they'll be seeing?
For our young audiences, especially the students and teenagers, hopefully they'll see a glimpse of how the characters deal with the issues, the problems, and the circumstances imposed by society and by the structures of society. And for our adult audiences, they'll see how the students, how the young people think, and hopefully they understand better.
Right, right. That's good. And so it's for all audiences, young and adults alike, to learn something from.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming to Daybreak,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, and good luck to you. And that was Glenn Sevilla Mas joining us this morning, together with Joenel, Garcia, and Brian Ramos of Tanghalang Ateneo's play Middle Finger.